In exercise 10, we want you to perform a cycle time analysis for your digester units. And let's see how we might build that. I'm in ProcessBook. I've got a blank display. And I'm going to draw my batch group on the screen. So I'll select Draw a Batch Group and draw a big square. And what I want to do is use my digesters. So I'll use digester and then asterisk or wildcard for the unit name. And I want to go into the Layout tab, and I won't need a trend for this, so I'm going to delete the trend, but I do want the search results because I want my users to be able to change their search and pick different digesters. So I'm going to configure this to contain nothing except for unit name in the search. And so we should have a really big search criteria with just the unit name as the attribute to search for. And so I'll click OK. And what I'll get is my Gantt chart on the right and my search criteria on the left. I'd like to move those around a little bit, so I'm going to select only my Gantt chart option. Oh, I need to be in build mode. Select only the Gantt chart, shrink that down just a little bit, and then move that a little wider. And now I have a display where I can set one of my digesters and I can see only that particular piece of information. Now, this is a relative display, so it doesn't allow me to see my actual cycle time analysis, but you can see that when I change the Gantt definition, if I go into Layout and configure my Gantt definition, go into Settings and configure my time as absolute, I want to use the full timestamp, and I want to click OK. This will allow me to, in run mode, see my different cycle time analysis. So if I were to go back over to the last day, you would see all of the times. Now, if I wanted to do something a little bit more reasonable, and I wanted to see my downtimes a little bit more effectively, I might change this. I might change this Gantt chart, or I'm sorry, my duration to something like, oh, let's say 6 hours. Now minus 6 hours. And there we can see for our digesters, there are clearly holes. And if I wanted to see for a particular digester, I could change my digester to that, and I could see clearly that there's a hole here. That hole represents about 54 minutes where my digester was not functional. Here's another hole here. If I highlight that, let's see if I can get that square right in there. Oh, it's not going to give me any data for that, is it? 53 minutes where I can see that was not running. So you can see either for both your digesters or for one or the other, you can very easily see down. BatchView makes it really easy to do things like cycle time analysis. This is where you use a Gantt chart and you change the relative time display to an absolute time display. This really highlights holes or downtime in your processes. You basically see something that looks like this, and you can use your zoom function to zoom in and see exactly what that time range was for that particular example.